was a meeting recently with several chiropractic physicians from Illinois, and one of them brought up the topic of name badges and said that they had recently realized that they had to have name badges for themselves and their staff in their practice. Several of the others that were at that meeting were also surprised at that time. Now, we've been talking about this for quite some time. You want to make sure that this is an area that you take care of. It's one that you have to address. It's actually required by law. In essence, this is what it comes down to. Illinois requires that healthcare professionals that work in patient care settings must wear name tags or badges during all patient encounters. Now, this is really specific to licensed persons in your practice. So you want to make sure that you, as the doctor, you have a name badge on. It needs to identify who you are, specifically by name, and it needs to include what type of medical professional you are. Now, as a chiropractic physician in Illinois, you would include comma DC, you would include chiropractic physician under your name. You need to have one of the official labels, if you will, for chiropractic in Illinois. So that would take care of you. Other licensed professionals in your practice. So if you employ physical therapists, you want to make sure that you use one of their specifically identified titles, such as physical therapist, in your practice as well on a name badge. All licensed personnel in your practice have to have name badges. Now, it's not legally required for your unlicensed staff to have name badges, but the ICS does recommend that you take that additional step and have name badges for all of your staff that have patient encounters in your practice. The intent is so that the patients know who is treating them and what type of healthcare provider that they are. So if you have chiropractic assistants in your office that are helping with certain delegated modalities, then in those particular cases, you want to make sure that you include their name and chiropractic assistant. Whatever you do, do not use the initials CA, as that is a protected title for certified acupuncturist. So instead, you just want to include chiropractic assistants. Now, once you've completed this, make sure that you jump out to Statisfy. Don't forget, Statisfy is the free compliance dashboard for all ICS members. You jump out, you log in, then you go to business and you go to overall employment, and you will find a large section on name badges, and you can check the appropriate box. I believe it's that top one to make sure that all of your appropriate personnel have their name badges in your practice, and that is checked off. It'll take care of it from there and remind you to double check that in the future as well. We'll catch you next week.